Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shellby and I'm a mom of 2 little boys. I hope you are all very well on this warm morning. First off, I apologise if there's any background noise, but Roman decided he didn't want a nap, or he wanted a shorter nap today than usual. So he is rolling around in his wheels. And second thing, I am really sorry I didn't put a video up on Saturday. I try and do one at least once a week and get it uploaded for you every Saturday, but things just got on top of me with the new puppy, and yeah, it was a bit of a stressful one, but hopefully I can get back on track now, and I am here for you. So as you can tell from the title of this video, this is things we regret buying, aka things we didn't bother with the second time around. I think this is important because, especially for first-time parents out there, you get bombarded with so many baby gadgets that you become so overwhelmed with the things that you think you need, but you actually don't. Babies, funnily enough, don't actually need a lot, as long as they're fed, watered, changed, and have got somewhere to sleep. That's pretty much all they need. So if you want to hear about the things that we regret buying and hopefully save yourself some money, then please keep on watching. So the first thing we regret buying is a nappy bin for the nursery. I know some people will probably swear by these, but we didn't really get much use out of ours, unfortunately. I felt compelled to get it because I thought it was a necessity. I didn't really want nappies lying around. Obviously no one wants nappies just lying around in the nursery. It just got really smelly after a while. I always forget to change it, and because it's a lot of bringing it downstairs. And most of the time I ended up changing him downstairs. So it only really helped for a few of the night feeds and night changes. And he was a really good sleeper from quite an early age, so we didn't need it after a while. So for us, it wasn't a necessity, but it might be for you. An alternative to having a nappy bin is just a regular bin and some nappy sacks. They are so much cheaper. You don't have to get the refills either for the bin. I think ours was Tommy Tippy, I believe. I think it was a Tommy Tippy bin. So, and obviously you have to buy refills for that because it's got the kind of nappy sacks in it and you twist it. But a cheaper option is just a regular old bin, will do just fine, and some just nappy sacks because they're dirt cheap and it's a bit of a money saver really. And the next thing is going all out on getting matching nursery furniture, especially a changing table. We use the changing table, obviously we did use it a couple of times, but they are pretty standard size for chest of drawers, and Logan was a very long baby after a couple of weeks, so we didn't really use it that much. We ended up just changing him on a regular changing mat on the floor, or most of the time I would change him in his bed because he wasn't really prone to like peeing everywhere or leakages or anything like that. So it was easier to just change him in his bed most of the time. We just haven't bothered having one with Roman either. And the next thing is a weaning net dummy thing. I've seen them a lot around in like Boots and stuff, and it seemed like a brilliant idea because, especially for soft fruits like bananas and things, just to get him used to the taste, but he wouldn't actually physically choke on it. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I'm not gonna lie. It's the worst thing to clean. I tried scrubbing the hell out of it, soaking it, and there would always be bits of banana still stuck in it. It just seemed completely pointless when I was going to be sat there watching him eat anyway. So you may as well just sit and watch your child and just be ready if anything is to happen. And it's just going to teach them to actually hold their food and get used to those textures in their fingers as well. So I didn't see the use in it. I didn't see the point in it, to be honest. And the next thing is baby shoes. They are the most pointless thing I have ever experienced. Have you ever tried to put a shoe on a baby? I mean, obviously first time parents maybe not, but it's the most, like, why is it so difficult? It's so difficult to get their tiny little foot into these stupid like slip-on shoes. They're not walking anyway, especially for newborns. Yes, go out and get them a pair of shoes when they're starting to crawl and walk and all of that stuff. Yeah, great. But those tiny little ones, yes, they're adorable to look at, but they're completely pointless. they just kick them off anyway, and I ended up with so many single shoes from Logan, because when he was in the pram or if we were going uptown or something, we would end up losing one up there, and it was just a mess. So I just wouldn't bother unless you're gonna have some to like keep as like a little keepsake, then fair enough, but other than that, I wouldn't bother. And the next thing is a cot bed bumper that goes all the way around, and they're quite padded. I bought it thinking, oh great, it's going to stop him from hitting his head on the slats or something when he starts to roll. Then you think about it and you think, actually, that's a soft, they always tell you not to put extra soft surfaces and things in their cot beds because of risk of SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome. It seemed like, after I was thinking about it, I thought this seemed just so dangerous. Like, yes, I'm protecting him from hitting his head, but him smothering himself is just as bad, if not worse. So we ended up taking it off, and he was fine. He didn't miss it. I slept much better knowing that he was safer without that border around his face. And the next thing is a home breast pump set. I know most people are gonna think, oh, that's a bit controversial, or you may love it, but it was pointless for me because I didn't breastfeed my children. I tried and it just didn't work, and Logan couldn't latch on. He physically couldn't latch on. I tried to get Roman to latch on, but he would just push it away. He wasn't interested. He couldn't really get it either. And we'd gone through quite a bit of a struggle with Logan with trying to get him to breastfeed, so it scared me off the prospect completely. It was the only time I used it really, especially for my second pregnancy, was just to relieve the pressure in my breasts. So completely pointless for me because I didn't breastfeed. I bottle fed both of my children and they're 100% fine. So it might be one of your best picks for baby items, because you might breastfeed or you might express and things like that, and it just was a bit of a waste of money for me. So yeah. And the next thing is a nursing chair for your nursery. I could not believe the amount that people charge for nursing chairs. It's just insane. When you have like recliner chairs and all these other things that cost half the price, but as soon as you put baby on it or nursing on it, it just shoots the price right up. We just did a bit of shopping around and we actually found a secondhand armchair that had a stool with it, and I mean, by no means it wasn't a secondhand shop, but it was brand new because it was from like a house clearance, and the person had never used it, as was just a standard armchair. But it was brilliant for feeding Logan, and it didn't cost the amount that a typical nursing chair would cost. So we were happy with that, and it reclined, and I could put my feet up when either of us was doing the night feed and we were just really tired. Yeah, it was a really good buy. I'd just say shop around and just look for a really good just decent armchair. I mean, like IKEA is a great furniture place, so maybe somewhere like there. I can't really help with a specific one because ours was secondhand, so just don't feel like you need to spend so much money on a nursing chair just because it says it's a nursing chair. Any old armchair will do. Or even with our second child, we actually didn't have the room for the nursing chair in the second house that we lived in, so we had to get rid of the chair, and I ended up just feeding him on the sofa with a V-shaped pillow that I got from Aldi for £10, I think it was, like $9.99, whatever it was. That was worked just as well, because I know that a lot of people don't have the room for a nursing chair or an extra armchair. A sofa or any kind of surface with an armrest on will be fine, and if you haven't got that, just use a V-shaped pillow. It works just as well, and you don't have to worry about it taking up too much room. So the next thing is one of those baby mobiles that hang over the top of your baby's crib. A little bit controversial because Logan actually loved his. We just didn't get much use out of it. The one that we bought, I think it was from Aldi, the little timer thing didn't last very long. He was distracted for a couple of seconds and then we'd have to keep going in and turning it again. So in the end, we just ended up using my tablet with lullabies on, and that worked better, like a £10 mobile. So I just didn't see the point. Didn't see the point in it, and Roman didn't miss it. So the next thing is a specific swaddling blanket. You see so many of these and they can be so expensive, but a regular old blanket will do the same job. And I know it seems so complicated, you have to swaddle them a certain way. As long as you just fold it correctly, like just fold it into like a point and then just wrap them over, they will be fine. And some babies don't even like to be swaddled. Most do. Logan loved being swaddled, but Roman wasn't a fan at all. He just likes being tucked in a little bit at the sides with his arms out. I wouldn't bother spending so much money on a specific swaddling blanket unless your baby absolutely loves to be swaddled. Maybe, yeah, then spend a little bit more money on it and go out and buy yourself a really, really nice one. I know there's loads out there that are beautiful and some with like Velcro on. I mean, I don't know how safe they would be. A regular large blanket will do the same job. And the last thing on my list is baby shirts. Baby shirts were the bane of my life. Having 2 boys and everyone buys you these cute, adorable little baby shirts, and yes, they look beautiful, same as the shoes, and they look so cute. But have you ever tried to put a shirt on a baby? I mean, first time parents, maybe not, but have you tried? It's so difficult. Why? Anything to do with buttons on a baby is ridiculous. Trying to put their little arms in and they're just everywhere. It's so awkward. You feel like you're going to break their little arms because they won't go in properly if it's the wrong size or if it's a little bit too small. It was just an ordeal all around. Yes, they look adorable in it. Unless if you're having like photos done, then fair enough, but maybe get one. But then people spend so much money on these like little tiny designer shirts, and it's just why? They're going to get covered in sick, and when you're weaning they're going to get covered in food and all sorts. So what is the point in spending all that money on a little baby shirt? It's going to look nice for about 5 minutes and then they're going to be sick on it. Let's get real. And that is it, guys. That is the things that we regret buying, aka the things we didn't use the second time around. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped a little bit for at least you first-time parents out there. If you have any baby buying regrets, then please leave them in a comment down below. I would love to hear about it and it might help somebody else. So until next time, I will see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.